Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we have breaking news that will make all Garten of Banban fans go crazy. The moment we've all been waiting for months has finally come. The new game, Garten of Banban 8, is basically ready. Yes, you heard that right. The Euphoric brothers just gave us a crystal clear clue. A brand new image was recently posted and it's telling us something very important. The game is finished, or at least very close to release. But that's not all. In this video, we're also going to analyze some official messages written by the Euphoric brothers on Discord. And let me tell you, one of these messages is very important and could contain a major clue about what's coming in this 8th chapter. So stay with me until the end. We're going to break it all down and figure out what these mysterious developers are cooking up. And don't forget, if you can't wait to play Garten of Banban 8, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell turned on so you won't miss any upcoming news, theories, gameplay, and secrets about the game. On this channel, we're tracking every tiny update in real time, and some very exciting weeks are ahead. And now it's time to talk about the new official image posted by the Euphoric brothers. This isn't just a random teaser. This post is actually an announcement directed at all YouTubers and streamers. If they want to get early access to the game, they can contact the developers directly to receive a version before the official release. And that's huge news, because if the creators are already sending out early copies to content creators, it can only mean one thing: the game is ready, or at least in its final stages, right before launch. The fact that they're actively reaching out to content creators to send them the game is a crystal clear sign. Garten of Banban 8 is done, or at the very least ready for release. And like I said before, this isn't the first time we've seen this pattern. In 2024, for their game Unplagued, the Euphoric brothers posted an identical message inviting YouTubers to request early access, and shortly after, the game was officially released within just a few weeks. So if we put all the clues together, the call for YouTubers, the terrifying image of Banban, and the developers' past behavior, we can say it without hesitation. Garten of Banban 8 is officially ready, and it's going to be released very soon. The image shows Banban's new transformation. We already saw the new transformation in the older videos. Banban looks completely different, his body appears twisted, the proportions are more threatening, and that makes everything even more exciting, because it doesn't just suggest a darker tone for Chapter 8, it also tells us the developers are taking things to the next level. Get ready, because the wait is almost over. The countdown has begun, and this new chapter is shaping up to be darker and more terrifying than ever. And now, listen up, because we're about to talk about a very important message. One of the two Euphoric brothers, specifically Geppo, shared a comment that officially reveals a key detail about the upcoming chapter, a detail that's connected to the ending of the game. Here's what he wrote: "The credits of Garten of Banban 8 will be fire," and that short message is all we needed. It's now officially confirmed that Chapter 8 will feature a full credits sequence, just like what we saw in Chapter 0. If you remember, in Chapter 0, the Euphoric brothers added a special final scene that included an original song and a set of artistic images, all created by Gerald, one of the artists who collaborated on the project. It was a unique moment with a very different tone from the gameplay itself. It ended the chapter in a mysterious and emotional way. And now we know that something similar is coming in Garten of Banban 8. So we can expect a brand new credits screen with an official new song, probably made just for this chapter, and exclusive images that could hide much more than they seem. And here's the most exciting part. These images have never been random. They often serve as visual previews of what's coming in future chapters. Let's go back to Chapter 0. During the credits, one of the images showed Bruschista. And who is Bruschista? Bruschista is a mysterious character we've only seen through artwork in Chapter 7, but we've never actually met them in-game. This proves that the developers used the credits screen to plant secret hints, to show us new characters and locations that will appear later in the series. So don't underestimate the credits of Garten of Banban 8. They might include brand new characters, story clues, or hidden details that will give us a glimpse of what's coming next. Even when we think the game is over, it's actually not over at all. And the Euphoric brothers know this very well. They love to surprise their fans when they least expect it. But now I want to delve into a detail that I only briefly mentioned earlier, a detail that could turn out to be crucial for the future of the series. As we saw in the end credits of Chapter 0, among the various images shown during the song Amnesia, there was one that depicted a completely new character, Bruschista. And this is where the mystery begins, because we know almost nothing about Bruschista. He has never appeared as an active character in any chapter. And yet, we've already encountered him in several indirect ways. What's interesting is that even in Chapter 0, which let's remember is a prequel to the main series events, Bruschista already existed. In fact, if we pay close attention, in that chapter it's possible to find a document that mentions his name, a written reference, well hidden among the facility's files and notes, that officially confirms Bruschista was already present in the narrative universe, even if we've never met him in person. This piece of information is extremely important, because it tells us that Bruschista is not a last-minute addition. On the contrary, he's a character planned from the very beginning, part of the mutant family, a group that in turn represents one of the most mysterious and fascinating factions in the entire world of Garten of Banban, and it doesn't end there. In Chapter 7 we found a mural dedicated entirely to Bruschista, painted in one of the rooms. This mural is another key element, because it shows us that the Euphoric brothers are gradually building this character's identity, giving him more and more presence, even though they still haven't shown him in action. So here comes the question, why so much attention for a character who hasn't even appeared yet? The answer, in my opinion, is very simple. Bruschista will be an extremely important character for the future of the series. If he were just a minor, filler character, he wouldn't have had his own image in the credits, wouldn't have been mentioned in the documents, and wouldn't have received a dedicated mural. All of these elements make it clear that there's something more going on, something we'll likely discover in the upcoming chapters, maybe starting as early as Chapter 8. We can't say for sure when we'll meet him, but it's almost certain that his role will be central, possibly tied to a hidden secret, a new area of the facility, or even a brand new narrative thread in the series. That's why, every time we analyze the final credits, the documents, and the environmental details, we have to pay close attention, because in a game like Garten of Banban, nothing is placed there by accident. Let's do a full recap of everything we've discovered so far about Garten of Banban 8, because the news are really exciting and clearly show us that the game is finally coming. First of all, let's start with the most important fact. The Euphoric brothers have released a new official image, which makes it absolutely clear that the game is basically ready. Along with this image came a very clear announcement directed at YouTubers and streamers. If they want early access to the game, they can contact the developers directly. This is a huge signal, because it wouldn't make sense to make this kind of announcement if the game was far from release. In fact, it's an indirect but very strong confirmation that the official launch is right around the corner and the release date could be announced any moment now. Plus, if we look back, this strategy was already used by the Euphoric brothers with the game Unplagued in 2024, when a similar announcement was made just weeks before the release. So we can take this signal with great confidence. But that's not all. We also got official confirmation, thanks to a very important message from Geppo, one of the developers, who wrote, "The credits of Garten of Banban 8 will be fire." This means that Chapter 8 will also have a final credits sequence accompanied by a new official song and exclusive images. These images might reveal details and teasers about characters and stories we will see in future chapters. And speaking of characters, I want to focus on one in particular, Bruschista. Already in Chapter 0, which is a prequel, there was an image of Bruschista in the credits and a document mentioning him, even though we had never met him directly in the game. Moreover, Bruschista is a member of the mutant family and his mural is also present in a room in Chapter 7. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.